everyone, and welcome to our webinar, Moving Beyond Dashboards, How AI Agents Are Redefining Workforce Intelligence. We're going to be looking at reports to answers without adding another SaaS platform. To take us through this is Jason Cornish, our Chief Revenue Officer at XAHA, to see what this shift looks like. Hi, Jason.
Thanks, Layla. Lovely to be here, and thanks everyone for joining. So as we know, most organisations today are still running workforce decisions off dashboards. But when leadership asks a question, it still takes days to get an answer. Adoption is low, effort is high, and insight is delayed. We're seeing the shift from dashboards to answers, SaaS platforms to a native ecosystem such as Microsoft, and reporting to decision intelligence.
Thanks, Jason. Let's start simple. Dashboards have been the standard for years. Why are they no longer working?
That's a great question, Layla, and thanks for asking it. So dashboards haven't failed technically. They've failed operationally. They require someone to build them, interpret them, and explain them. So when a CHRO asks a simple question, you're still waiting hours or days or for an answer. And most importantly, they show you what has happened, not what to do next. That's the gap.
Thanks, Jason. Do business leaders actually use these dashboards?
Sadly, not really. And that's the uncomfortable truth. Most executives don't log into dashboards. They rely on HR BPs or analysts to translate that data for them. So you end up with bottlenecks, delayed decisions, and inconsistent narratives. And that's why we're seeing a shift towards direct access to answers, not reports.
Thanks, Jason. A lot of companies have invested in platforms like Visio or One Model. Why are they reconsidering?
Another great question. It comes down to three things, as I put it. Firstly, cost. These are expensive platforms. They're expensive to buy and they're expensive to run. Secondly, complexity. You're adding another system to manage. And third, data movement. You're duplicating data outside of your environment. So organizations are now stepping back and asking, why are we buying another SaaS platform when we already have the infrastructure in place, such as Microsoft? That's where the shift is happening as we see it.
So what does that new approach actually look like?
Well, it's about using what you already own. Most organizations already have Microsoft Azure, Power BI, Fabric, or a data lake. XAHA sits inside that Microsoft environment. So instead of buying a new platform, moving data, building dashboards, also buying resources to run and operate this, you're activating an existing data with an AI agent to get answers instantly. No new infrastructure, no external SaaS risk.
And HR and IT often have different priorities. How does this approach actually bring them together?
This is one of the biggest unlocks for XAHA. Traditionally, HR wants speed and simplicity. IT wants control and governance. And most tools will force a trade-off. XAHA doesn't. Because it sits in your Microsoft environment, IT keeps full control of data, security, and governance. And HR gets instant answers without relying on analysts. So instead of friction, you get alignment.
So let's talk about the shift itself. What does moving from dashboards to answers actually mean in practice?
It's a completely different interaction model. So instead of build me a report, you're asking, where are we losing key talent? Where are we under-resourced? Is hiring keeping up with demand? And getting an answer instantly. So there's no navigation, there's no filtering dashboards, there's no waiting on analysts. That's the shift.
So what role does the AI agent actually play here?
The AI agent, XAHA, as we call it, is the interface to your workforce data. It understands natural language, it scans your data in real time, identifies patterns, risks, and gaps, and returns a clear, structured response. Now, not just metrics, it builds insights and directions, delivers insights and directions, actually. So instead of dashboards being the interface, the agent now becomes the interface.
And how does this fit into the broader enterprise data and AI initiatives?
Great question, and one to really explore in a lot more detail. This is not a replacement strategy. It's an extension. XAHA extends Power BI, leverages your data lake Fabric, and aligns with your AI roadmap. It becomes the workforce intelligence layer within your enterprise strategy. So instead of siloed HR analytics, traditional model, you're connecting workforce data to the broader business.
Let's talk commercial reality. How does this compare from a cost perspective?
This is where it becomes a very compelling option because you're not buying another SaaS platform. You're leveraging existing infrastructure and you're reducing reliance on manual analysis. The result is typically a fraction of the cost of those traditional vendors, such as Visio or One Model, for instance, and a fraction of the cost of scaling internal analytics teams.
And if you had to summarize this shift in one sentence, what is it?
It's simple. You shouldn't need dashboards or a team of analysts to answer basic workforce questions. That's what AHA changes.
And let's bring this to life rather than just talk about it. Let's show you exactly what this looks like in practice.
Perfect. I'll walk you through 3 quick views: an executive view, HRBP view, and a people analytics view using real world questions. Once again, thanks for your time today. So I'm going to keep this very simple. Most organizations today rely on dashboards to understand their workforce. What we're showing you is the next step, moving from dashboards to getting answers instantly using an AI agent, XAHA. As mentioned, I'm going to walk you through 3 quick examples across leadership, HR, and analytics, using simple questions that reflect how your teams operate on a daily basis. Now, the first one we always get as an executive is, where do we have workforce gaps right now? So at a leadership level, this is about quickly understanding where the organization is under-resourced, where attrition is creating risk, and whether hiring is keeping up with pace and demand. Now, what XAHA shows you instantly, in a matter of 7 seconds, workforce gaps across region, functions or roles, attrition hotspots. It also provides some insights and drivers and some recommended next steps. Now, as you can see, what this gives you instantly is a clear view of where you're under-resourced or you're losing critical talent, for instance, and where action is needed. Without pulling reports, you get a real-time view of workforce pressure. Now, what we want to do, we can also extend this recommendation and shareable insights for the extended leadership team. We'll press the extend recommendation. And this is where we start getting a lot further into the analysis and the insights. Excellent. So as you'll see, within 15 seconds. Now, keep in mind, I've asked a lot of people analytics practitioners how long this would take them to create, and the answer is normally multiple days. Within 15 seconds, you get an extensive workforce summary. All the most related data is surfaced. Insights and drivers, forecast. This is what I really like about the extended recommendations, is the extended recommendations, and it's also focusing on who is going to be responsible for this recommendation. As you can see, a timeline, an indicative timeline, what are the risks and caveats, and what the next deep dives look like as well. As always, with everything that we do in the AHA platform, you can create a visualization to support the narrative, and then you can simply download, share across the leadership team. I'll switch gears here and focus on a HR business partner. The HR business partner, this is about knowing where to act immediately. I always like to refer to the HR business partner as the bridge between vision and strategy. Same user experience in XAHA, the agent. What should I focus on in my business unit right now? Now, what XAHA will show you is teams of elevated risk, attrition risk, or hard to fill or critical roles, or areas operating below required capacity. And it's going to give us a clear, actionable answer on the above. Once again, within 6 seconds, it's the same user experience against this one prompt of where should I focus on my business unit right now, insights and drivers. Now, as a HR business partner, instead of requesting analysis from my people analytics team, the HR business partner can act in the moment. But I want to be able to surface more. I want to be able to go deeper and understand the drivers behind these trends. So I'm going to extend the insight. I want to enable my Center of Excellence leader to be very proactive in their approach to their workforce. So within 15 seconds, once again, an extended executive summary. Once the most related data is surfaced again, I really enjoy this for my HR business partner. The analysis and drivers. What is the reason? What is driving the current gaps or areas I should be focusing on now as a HR business partner in this specific center of excellence? What are the implications? What are the risks? The deep dives, and once again, you can create visualizations and move forward. Now, my final gear, I'm going to put on the hat of a people analytics practitioner. It's going to be a different user experience. From a people analytics perspective, this pulls together your core workforce metrics instantly. Now, the number one question that most people analytics practitioners will be asked on a daily basis is, show me your workforce numbers. And what you'll see in this particular output, once again, it's going to be the same user experience. An executive summary will surface critical data elements. Excellent. So what you'll see in a matter of seconds, the executive summary, the key metrics associated to this, we can actually expand this a little bit further, the insights and drivers, recommended next steps. And this is where we start to drill into the analytics layer. Where deeper analysis is needed, we move into the underlying analytics layer. I want to go further, workforce overview, and into headcount. And this is where this unified trusted workforce data foundation appears. All the multiple data sources are brought together and validated. And as you'll see, now you're into our dashboard functionality. We have over 600 metrics, 60 dashboards, completely configured in accordance to your business requirements. So XAHA, what it's giving you the answer, and the analytics layer provides the depth behind it. So your people analytics teams moves from building reports to enabling real-time decision-making across the business. So in a few minutes, what we've shown is simple questions, instant answers, and the ability to drill deeper when needed, all operating within your existing Microsoft environment, securely and in real time. Instead of waiting days or weeks for workforce insights, your teams can ask a simple question and get the immediate answer. Thanks very much.